To all the ladies in the place. To all the ladies in the place.
What's that? What's it? Is it working? What is it?
To all the ladies in the place.
So I did this fun thing.
To all the ladies in the place.
All the ladies in the place.
To all the ladies in the place.
This should probably be like well, we were gonna try it like this for one, right? Guy/user. This is for we gotta pull up this page. That's right, it was blowing up over here, right? NPM start. So think about this nothing here. Oh, something happened. You have to compile. Add users not defined. That's not defined. That, what do you mean? Why is it not defined? Where are they seeing this? Add user, email role. Oh, and here's add user. Right, add user. What do you mean it's not defined? I mean, I know you can do this, but maybe they just don't like it. I don't know. Yeah, that would be my fault. That email is assigned, but never used. That role is assigned, but never used. Okay, that's fine. Too many re-renders in React. Limits the number of renders. What does that mean? What's strict mode? What does that mean? What does it say? Too many re-renders. Okay, we need to just go to like simplicity here. To figure this out. Is it complaining because of this though? I don't understand what it's complaining about. Like, would it even care? I'm trying to pull this in now. Let's try something different. Let's see. Let's see, where is the here, where's just like a simple pull for the, like, just after opening it file. a list. Like here you go. Get to do's. What is this one? Yeah, this is kind of like what I want here, but I don't even need all that. I just need. Why do I need input? Can I just do a simple? Excuse me. I think we can. Oh no, we're not getting what we're using. If we're doing anything, we're using use state. We wouldn't have any of that. And is it? This is the basics here. Let's just rip one of these out of here. Basically, we'll just. What you still have to do though, like. What was it? Where does this go from here to where? Let's make sure we're even doing it right. Right, you do it outside, but inside the net. Okay. Use it like this. Quiet. Sunday night, coding along, singing the song. Alright, take this. Drop here. And we could actually excuse me. Do or die. Alright, so what do we got here? I don't want to set data or anything, I just want to real simple. If we actually catch, let's just get the if response.data, show me some response data. Don't even need that, honestly, not yet. But we'll leave it there for now, and it will be this one. Don't even need any of this, really. Looking more to see what it'll dump out the data. Yeah, let's just dump out rid of all that real quick. Just say just doing testing. Okay. So we can comment this out just for now, just so it doesn't complain. So this should make a call to this endpoint we got going on here. Actually, hold on a second. Wouldn't I? That's actually where I really want to go, isn't it? Not here. Wherever I've been hitting. So yeah, not even. Oh, but right, yeah, I have. That's in a different, but this is what it is, right? But the endpoint is just on. Wait a second. Endpoint exists on users, right? It's not 43, right? I am on whatever this is. This is running on. Oh, maybe it was 40. No. Holy junk up right now. This one's running on Okay, it is 43. That's what I thought. Let's see. Ow, ow. By night. Get it right. Now users. Oh wait, hold on. If I want this to be used though, right? You have to like export this, right? Don't have to do like export default. And this is called user, right? And then inside my app here, right? Take out this, make this user. Needs to be user. Import it as user. Okay. Why? How did I? I did do it as attempted import error does not contain default export. Oh wait, yes it does. I'm gonna save it first. There you go. That helps. Okay, so that means this is working, but question is, oh wait a second here. Testing. There's my component. I get a network call to users. I did, it failed. What did it fail? Why did it fail? No reason. Has been blocked by cores. No. That's hilarious. There is the data right there. So we know it's working. Having this, right? That's what I'm doing here basically, right? 43, I'm just doing it like that. So it is making that call. And I'm dumping out this error is what I'm getting now. And it looks like it's cross origin. A cross origin error. Where are we at here? Here. Failed XHR. Yeah, use state is defined, but yeah, that's fine. It's this error right here. It doesn't like because I'm leaving from 3000. Now, what was that thing that I read that allowed it to how do I fix cores? Oh, I do that. I can do that on the Express server, right? So let me see. I don't think that I'll find it on the site itself. So let's say Express cores Express, using cores in Express. Old, huh? Enable all cores requests. Let's see what this says here. This looks like this is on their site. So cores is pack providing that can be used to enable cores with various options. So this node module, okay, simple usage is to enable all cores requests. I mean, we let anything. This is cores enabled for all origins. Cores enable web server listening on port 80. How is it for a single route? Where do you see? Oh, here we go. Right here, you just pop it on the route like that. Interesting. Interesting. Excuse me. Interesting. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see. Well, first let's install this sucker, right? npm install cores. Cores, man, we gotta install some cores, not cores light, but cores, C-O-R-S, you know what I mean? Cross origin response or something, right? What's it stand for again? I always forget. Cross origin. Resource sharing, there we go. Resource sharing. Resource sharing. So we will want to, I'm just gonna go ahead and crush this here. Install cores like so. Like so. Get the cores installed, baby. And then to enable it, I am going to just try it with this. So first I'm just going to go ahead and here. Right? Oh wait, hold on. Not that. I'm in the wrong. Not the clients. Here, so they're here. So let's do up here. Oh, we already have this app express. Cores light. All right. And we want to allow this on. They show it being implemented on the get like this. On all the gets, that's the way they do it. Which we don't do the gets in here. This is just the use. So should this be not here? And should this be maybe so let's try it on this route here. So on this route get, this is what we're hitting right now, right? Should be. They're saying here, right? To do, oh well, first, sorry. add this here, but then they're saying here, right? Right on get, and then it's right second parameter on that. Interesting. We'll see if that fixes that. Okay, let's kick it off again here and see. Alright, that's good sign so far. And then we want to go to this, and this is what we're going to want to reload and see if this now is going to allow us access to the data. Let's see. Hey, 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 look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Nice when you celebrate all by yourself. Who's back there? Word up. Look at that beautiful data right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Freaking gorgeous. That's coming back from here, right? This returns all the data from our endpoint, or this is our endpoint basically. You can see it here. 4,300 users, right? Brings back any, or sorry, it's over here. Brings back any data, array of objects basically. But so basically on this one, we'd have to do the same thing here if we wanted to be able to post. So we'll do that on that as well. Oh, actually I should have done it on this one as well. Okay, so now we have all those. Now what I want to do though is I want to figure out how do you, because these all work. I can post a whole, but what I'm not getting is on the React side of things. I need to figure out how to post. We'll get there. We'll post through it. Because we have this. This is awesome. So I wonder what that would look like. Can you dump out? What if you dump out? Where's user? Okay, so right now I'm just, this is doing this call right here. What if I wanted to output this data, response.data? We could, this data is just an object, right? I wanted to see how I could, how do I set this to, so if I wanted to say, what if I just said this is a user, right? And then I say, you don't have to even say this, but let's say that's, or maybe not. Should I even? How is that? Let me think about how that's done. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this blank like this, I think. And then I think what I want to do is and I think what I want to do is maybe inside of here, what if I create a um,
Well, it was fun hanging out.
Yeah, totally. Maybe I'll see you at school.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to do it like this though. Right. And then here, if I said, how do you, is there a way, I'm trying to remember how to do the spread. Wouldn't there be an easy way to, if response data, no, then I guess it would just be easier to say, um, right? Because doesn't that what it looks like, right? When it comes back. So, right, because that's, so then it's an array of, if response data, then, oh, I think you'd have to map, right? Because otherwise it'll only, response data is an array, so wouldn't you just do dot map, right? Item. Actually, no, hold on. So it's like this, actually, isn't it? Hi, my ear. Right, so that looks. Then that's mapping over every one, right? So then I should be able to do move this up into here and do right. This should be able to be item.name, I think, right? Do we buy that for $1? I don't know. User dot role or email. Like to keep it in order equals item. These are all ends like this, right? Because and then user dot role, right? Item dot role. And then I can response out. Well, you could do user, right? But I also could do user.name, and then actually down here you could do I don't know if this would work or not. This is different context in that user too. This, I'm setting this user, if I wanted to, I'd have to move this out. So I could actually, this would be user, this is let's just say this is inside Axios, right? And then do this, and this could be outside. Let's see if that works. That's still not showing up there, huh? That's weird. It's still not saying I'm using this, even though it's right there. Oh, I guess I could actually, you could do this. Could do that. What happened? Why is the music stop? Huh. Switching? That's strange. My headphones went out? Huh. Strange. Can't play the current song. What's going on? What is going on? We're losing. What happened? Why are you being like that? No music is working, huh? Interesting. What is going on with you, Spotify? I don't know what's happening. Spotify is dying on me. What happened to you, Spotify? Why are you leaving me? Very strange. Let's see. Good old restart sometimes will just make it work, right? When in doubt, restart it out. You know what I did today was cool was I had all this trouble with MongoDB installation on the local Mac here. Whether I did it through the tar file, whether I did it through... Let's see if this is gonna work. I think it's back. That was strange. Music just died. So it's having all this trouble with getting with getting MongoDB installed. We finally did get it working, but it kind of like in an archaic way. And one of my code hustlers in the chat had stated that Catalina caused some issues with having permissions issues and stuff like that. It was having some, and now I don't know. I didn't really dig any further into it, but it was giving me issues. We did get it running again. It was, but it was a really kind of a nuisance and not the norm. So when I was off stream, I was like, what if I just spun up a Docker MongoDB instance instead? And so I did, and I killed the other Mongo process that was running, which was, I had to do like it this funky way as well because it wasn't started up the way you normally would start up Mongo. So anywho, I went out and I just did a, in fact, I just followed this right here because I was like, I mean, I know how to get Docker images and all that, but I was like, what do I do to get this running? Did I close it? No, here. So literally just follow this. Super duper simple. The Rad Cullen, what's up? Going on tonight? Saw you came through earlier with a follow before I even started streaming. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I went through my list. I realized I was looking through my followers list, and I'm like, I'm not following. Not even. I think I was following like 5 people out of the whatever it is now, 60 or something plus. So I was like, let me go get follows. What's up? What am I doing? But then somebody was it Ethan or no? I think it was Enjoy to Live. Muhammad said, be careful though. Twitch doesn't like follow for follow. Following the followers, right? So, have you ever heard anything about that? I've never heard anything about that, but I could look it up. But yeah, I never used to just be careful of following the follower. I'd like, why the frick not? Like, why would you not want to like give the same love back to your people that are following you? Why would that be a ding on your Twitch, your twitching? Ooh, twitching. I don't get it. Makes no sense. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that used to be a thing, and maybe it's not anymore. Who knows? But yeah, it was super simple. Check it out. Docker is the shit, right? Robert Tables would agree. Docker run Mongo. That's it. Even if you don't have it installed, this command will go, oh, we see you're trying to run Mongo. We're smart enough to realize that you don't have it locally. We're going to go ahead and download it for you. Don't worry about that. So you do that, right? And then that will download it. But then once you do actually get it downloaded, what you're going to want to do is you run this with this switch argument to actually marry up your, basically it tells you here, the first number is the port on your local machine because that's what it runs on, right? And then the second is the port that MongoDB is running on, because Mongo runs on its own IP address. Or sorry, the Docker image, the Mongo Docker image itself runs on, and this is an easy way to see it, right? You can, when you download Docker, you'll have this up here in the corner, at least on a Mac, and in Windows you get it in the bottom corner, whatever. But you get this, and you can look at Docker Hub, dashboard, whatever. It kind of gives you some stuff. But when you open up the dashboard here, this is great. You get to see the running container. Tells you what it is. They always give it some crazy. Oh, what? 7113. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Sick. That's awesome. Thanks so much. Yeah, so of course they name them whatever. Every time you do a run of these things or pull them down, they give them this self or random generated name. But here you can tell what it is. Mongo port 27017. And yeah, you can check it out and open the CLI on it and everything, and so you can dig into. So that's all I did, right? I Docker run Mongo, boom. Docker, that's just so I could get it installed. You could have done it all. I just did it. I just kind of followed along. But boom, do that, right? And now you have a running Mongo instance, and here you go. This is the address it's at, right? And so, and here, I didn't do this part yet, but what this allows you to do is, because Mongo is running inside that container, right? It's just sitting, it's running inside this Docker container, all housed within itself, doing its thing, right? It has access to the internal, right? It's got an internal file structure, and so that's where it's pointing to. But if as soon as you close down or shut down that Docker container, all your data goes away, right? Because it doesn't have a consistent volume or a mounted volume for it to persist the data. So if you run this command here, this will actually create a bind between your local machine, like your Mac or your Windows, and the Docker container, so that when you can kill it, spin it back up, and then it makes that relationship again back to your local machines directory, and your data will stay persistent, so that you can keep spinning the Docker container down, spinning it back up, whatever you want to do, and then you never lose the data. So that probably makes a ton easier if you were working on a few different projects at once too, right? Could just spin up multiple. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Rad Colin, Docker is really amazing, and there's pretty much like, I don't know anything that's not inside one. Like everything, like you can literally spin up like a Firefox browser inside Docker. If you wanted to, you just pull down a Firefox Docker container, and then you just run it, and there you go. You have a browser running inside of a separate, basically in a separate environment. But yeah, you can really leverage a lot of different services. It's a great way to play around with things locally if you really want to just like kind of how do I what try to give an example. I'm trying to think of something that's a good one. Like at work, we've been we'll pull down like GitLab, right? GitLab's a full-blown like CI/CD tool. It's hosted on like GitLab.com and stuff, and you can go and sign up for a free account and mess around with the GitLab stuff. But GitLab is also a product that companies buy for themselves, and then they install it up on either their like AWS space or in some other cloud platform or locally on premises, but so if you wanted to mess with that, like how you would actually maybe run that, and configure it and everything else, you could just pull down a GitLab Docker container, and then you actually literally have the full-blown GitLab application right there locally that you can now spin up and configure as an administrator and get GitLab runners going, and like actually build out you could build out a whole entire environment locally if you wanted to, and then you can really get crazy if you start doing virtual as well, like get Vagrant with VirtualBox or something and start spinning up, and you could do a bunch of different things to emulate like production environments to some degree, and that's what we do a lot of, especially developers. They want to go ahead and have like, this is going to be running on OpenShift, so instead of having to go and play with it in the environment like up inside of some other place, or it may even cost you or something to go and work in a space to like kind of just play around and develop and do R&D. Well, like you can download OpenShift locally. You can set up a local OpenShift instance, and that's a Red Hat product that basically built on Kubernetes for orchestrating, and it does a lot more stuff. You can build from source code and push out applications that'll run them for you. It does a bunch of junk. It has a whole list of things, but yeah, so you can like get something like that stood up locally, and then really just start messing around with what you're trying to do and get it set up, and then this way like, okay, pretty much when I get up into the production environment, this is going to be pretty similar. So I'm a total Docker noob. You know what? It's me too, kind of in a lot of ways. We've been doing a lot with it, and it's funny how you really don't need to know a lot to do a lot of things. I was nervous about using it as well, but literally with a few commands, you can be pretty dangerous with it. Like, it doesn't take much. You literally can take an application and add a Docker file at the root level of your application, give it a few specs in there, a few config options in that file, and say Docker, like give it Docker build. You build the basically an image based on the source code and everything that you have going there. Like, let's say it's a Node.js application. Inside like your Docker file, you're basically going to say, hey, this requires Node to run, because that's really all the Docker file is just specifying like, well, what is it you're trying to do? Oh, this is a Node. Okay, so the main dependency that you need to run this is Node. So you just do that, right? You tell it use Node. You put a couple other little simple specifications in there. And that's it. It's really that simple. And then you can just do some Docker run builds and Docker tag or whatever, and you have a running custom Docker container image, whatever you want to. It's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, you can build ones yourself and push them up to Docker Hub if you want, or you can, have your own whole local Docker repo with all your different custom images for whatever it is you're doing, maybe a bunch of your own applications, or you could have like, another good example, like you want to mess with WordPress. So you can download like a WordPress container and just spin up a WordPress instance like that. Docker run WordPress, boom, done. Spins up, everything's there. Just hit the IP, good to go. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. What is going on with the music again? Why do we keep having this issue? What is going on? Going on? It's driving me crazy. Baby, making me lazy. What do we want to do over here? Really? Power gaming. Start select. Let's go. Really? Where's my chill music? What happened to my chill? Made for me. If it's made for me, it should be all relaxing. Daily wellness. Daily sports. No, we don't want any of that. Recently played. Excuse me. Lofty social distancing. Really? Lofty, I always say Lofty. Lo-fi. This is the social distancing mix. Single friend. Nice. I'll take it. Upbeat lo-fi. Nice. I'm a total, yep. Right, yeah, I love the I love the Docker. Little Docker. Here it is. Little Docker. Little Docker. Let's see. This is all old. Now I'm gonna refresh. There it is. So look at how simple. Look, here's my Mongo instance running as a Docker image. You can see it. These gotta be. This cannot still be there. Are those all still there? I have to go through some cleanup and delete some of these old image or volumes. But yeah, right? Cool beans. You have the Mongo instance right here. It tells you the image. You can stop and start it from here. I think it's really cool. I love VS Code. It's one of the best things Microsoft has done. So, where we were at is I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. We were trying to get the front end going properly. Let me watch this blow up here. Unexpected use of name. Why? Why an unexpected use? Don't you talk to me that way. Don't you talk to me that way. What is this thing doing? Unexpected use of name. Why is an unexpected use? That makes no sense. Why is that being weird like that? And then it even says not defined. Oh, right, because I'm not. These aren't defined anywhere. I guess what I really want to do is instead of, I could build this object actually, I'm going to just delete this. I want to see something. Let's just make it as clean and simple as possible. Right, so let's say what if I just built up? So user right now could be anything. So if I make user so if I make user and because right now do I have to define it like that? I wonder if I have to. I thought you don't have to, because if you don't give it a default, it just is, this is just like basically a variable ready to be defined with something, right? So could I actually just say like define the here? Could I literally go like this? I don't know why I can't remember. User equals an object, right? And then what if I said like, right? Right? What is that bit? Okay. So that right now, right? So then when I set user, it should make this, I don't know. Let's see. We'll find out, right? Sorry, I had to respond to my significant other. All right, so what did I blow up? What's blowing up now? Name equals, oh, because this is not how you do that. This would be like this, right? Helps if you write an object properly, right? All right, so is that gonna work? You gonna blow up on me? Tell me you love me. Assignment to user from inside React hook use effect will be lost after each render. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll have to fix that. Expected to return the value in arrow function. User is constant. Array callback return. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Blowing up all kinds of stuff. Blowing up all kinds of things. I don't know. We'll see. Didn't error. It might still work. Just trying to see if this will output. So this is, okay, so now I should be able to still, there's user. What are we blowing up here? Let's refresh this. Here we go. Expected to return a value in arrow function. Okay, this is all jacked up. Okay. So this is not gonna work. Let me get rid of this here. What would happen if you did just out of curiosity, would that actually output? Well, this is not, this is gonna see, well, here, let's do this too. Let's move this in here and output item so I can see what this is, just out of curiosity, right? And then I actually would want to see if I wanted to look at what this is actually setting in there, just that it, right? I could do that, but I'd want to do that outside of that as well, right? So you could do this, right? It's funny that it didn't do that. Alright, let's see what that does. Let's see if that works. Is that gonna work? Compiled with warnings. What does this keep saying? Expected to return a value in the arrow function under users. Oh, this is not even, why is that? That's not even right. Oh no, yeah, it is function. God, I'm not even looking at the thing. Expecting a return from here? Is that what it's saying? Is it the use effect it's mad about not returning something? What line does it say that's on? 31? 31. Well, I have a return right there. What are you complaining about? Expected to return a value in arrow function. In arrow function. This is the only arrow function on the page. So what if I just do, can you just do like that just to satisfy that? Return a value, expect to return a value. There you go, how's that? Still saying that, why is it with the flip? What does that mean? Why is that not working? Oh man, my React skills suck. I'm just doing anything. I'm like, give it any return. What? Anyway, whatever. I don't care about you anymore. No, what's wrong with you? Oh, for the love of Pete, Joseph, Mary. Let's just get rid of that. We'll just keep the error. Who cares, right? What are you complaining about now? Oh, I saw 2 data points come out though. Baya, right? What's the problem though? Objects are not valid. It says if you meant to render a collection of children. And now it's complaining about this, I think. This user. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this so that that doesn't cause a problem again. I want to see. Okay, so this should be okay now. Why did I not get my users? Because, oh, it just does it on initial page. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is, oh, that's right. This is that thing where it'll keep calling these on every render. So there's a trick that you can do on here in the Axios, no, in this use effect. Where's the end? Right here. You do this. It's weird. Something like this. Come on, slow down. Oh, this is gonna blow up. Yeah, you gotta like get that thing stopped, otherwise it'll get out of control. You have to do something like this. I had to look this up. Let's see, is this gonna work now? I need to look up these. I need to look this up. What time is it right now? What time is it? Oh, 10:30. Okay. I don't know why. I had that working earlier. What's different actually? Because this was actually working. I didn't have this, so maybe that helps. Just so I can look, I guess. Response.data.map item. And I also think I just did yeah, see, that's still not showing up right. Why am I not getting... Oh, right, because you have to... No, that still didn't work. What is up with that? Now I'm not getting anything back? Why is this not working at all? Yeah. Alright, we'll do it like that. Still not working. And it's ever since I did this. What the heck is going on now? Why is this not working anymore? Oh, you piece of junk. There's no way you're cached, right? Sometimes that happens. Wait, why am I getting refused here? Why are you getting refused? What's wrong with you now? Maybe that's our problem. What's the dealio? Here's our get, right? Is our server not working? Ooh, something's down. That's a problem. That's why. That's why. Oh, right here. It's not running. Duh. Jeez Louise, Gerald. It's really helpful when the server's running and you want to get data, you know? It's kind of important. Might be a little important. Let's do this again. Hey, look at that. There's data in there. Hey, how much you want to bet this is going to work now? Look at that. Magic. Jeez Louise. Don't you hate that? It's when you're not paying attention, right? So that worked, and this says that's response data there. So where else did I get? So this is on line 14. So that's this one. So then why does this isn't set, and that's just saying object. What if I I'm just gonna do that real quick, right? Oh, that errored. Why does it keep doing that? Weird. Okay. Ooh. Now we're getting. There we go. So this is literally just the object. This is the array, right? So that actually is doing what it's supposed to do. Item. So then right, where are we at? Here we go. So now, right, I should be able to say, this is what I was trying to see, is if I did set user here, right, and I said item, I'm just gonna put dot name for right now, just to see if I can get this to show up. So I'm basically taking, right, because this is pumping out the object, right? So if I do item dot name, that should set this user here to name, and then I should be able to reference it right there. Let's see. Nope. What's it complaining about? Nope, there it is. Look. Word up. Word up, G's up. So now, this is what I wanted to see too. Okay, so now that we have, and we know we can store that like that, what is the best way if I wanted this to be an object? Can I not? Ooh, you just, what I just do here like this and say, actually, could you do it like this, and will it keep it as okay, it won't let me do that, but will it let me do it like this? Right, because then now that's setting this set user is what sets this variable for our right state. So I'm creating it as an object of these properties that we're mapping over, right? So this should, and now when I pump out user, this is going to be interesting because this would actually show the whole. This might fail. Let me just see what this does. What are you blowing up about now? If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Oh, it's complaining about. So let's see. Let's see if I do this. Will this just fix it for now? If I say dot name, will that work? Really? Cannot read property name of undefined. Oh, fuck you, Lucas. Well, why not? Isn't user? What is it? Okay, so what if I'm just gonna get rid of that for a second. Can I not? Can you console log out right here? Probably not, right? No, I didn't think so. So move this out here. What does that look like? What does that look like? I hate that it hit the refreshes every time to see the. And now it's stuck in that infinite loop. Right? Gotta kill it. Otherwise it'll just run forever. There's a way though. I know there's a way. I could have sworn this is what you did. You do one of those. And so here we have, this is what came out on 27, it's saying. So this is our console log there. So we are getting it right here. That's why I think it's weird that why can I not, because this is just an object, right? Why? So why can I not? Why can I not in here output user dot name? You know, why can't I do that? Should be able to, I think. Yeah, errors. I don't get the error. Why? I cannot read property name. How could it not? Just because it doesn't see it? Like, I have to. Does it have to be defined on the. Do you have to have this up here as a default in here? Do you have to literally say this is name? What if you do it like that? Can you do that? No, that's going to be blow up. Unexpected use of name. Yeah. How do you do this? Name. I just, okay, I guess we just do this for right now, just to satisfy. Whatever, lies. Right? Okay, now we're getting somewhere, right? So it didn't like not having this already defined as a object here in this state. So as soon as I created this object in here with some default values of blank, basically, then it worked. And then when I go through here on this mapping, I'd be curious to see if this is going to work. Let's do this. Let's do another post. Let's create a new user. It'll work. So I should be able to post. Now I should have now if I do a get on here, I should get back 2. Right? Yeah, sweet. So I got 2 now. Right? And if I come into here now, Code Hustle, word up. So this is just grabbing this has an array of, and this is coming out on 14, right? So this is 14. Oh, I wonder if you 14, right? So that's this one. Then inside of here, this is each. I wonder if you can do this. What if you just have that as a blank object with nothing in it? That's actually things to work, right? And this, how's this all from 26? How's that all dumping out thing here? This is outside of the
Not about pop.
Not too bad a timing. Mr. Ethan Hill, how are you? Oh, we're making progress, sir. We're making progress. Whoa, where do we start, Ethan? Well, we swapped over to a. I didn't do this on stream though, actually. I wanted to mess around with having. Not mess around. I was having trouble with the whole Docker. Jesus, I can't even think of MongoDB installation on my Mac. It was like, I don't know if you remember me talking about that. Lying in bed, cool man, chilling. I do that a lot too. I just sit back on my mobile, chat with people. Can't really see what they're doing. Like technically, usually, like is there syntax wise, but I'll usually just chit chat with them on stream to just keep up conversation. But yeah, so I was like, oh, you know what would be easier? I wonder. Let me just pull down a Docker Mongo, spin that up, and use that. It's really super easy to do. If you've not done it, I highly recommend you trying it. People get a little freaked out by Docker, but it's really simple, honestly. I always think of it, all you're really doing is taking an application or anything you could think of that you run, a browser, piece of software, whatever, and it's just in a container. Everything it needs runs inside this box, and you can take that and just move it around anywhere you want and run it, talk to it. So I just pulled down this Mongo one. It's running. I can just go and talk to it. Super easy. This is all you got to do right here. Install Docker first off, and then just do Docker run Mongo. It'll go and pull it down. Actually, after you do that, though, you really want to do the Docker run Mongo will go out if you do not have it installed locally. It'll reach out and actually pull it down. But in order for you to bind up the ports because it spins up the Docker container and it has its own IP address. And so inside of it, where Mongo's running, it's running on that local host inside there at 27017. So then you say, well, bind that port and IP to my port that I want to run it on inside of my Mac or my Windows machine, which again is the default 27017, although you could have binded it to anything. And so that Docker container is running just running, here it is right here. Just a singular Docker container. Here's me inside of it. I am on, let's see, we are on, I don't remember where. Let's see, show databases. So users right there. So if I do, what is it? Use users, right? Oh, if I could type. And then like, you can look at the collections in here. So we should have one called users, right? And then I say db users find like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it? How do I do that? Oh, that's right. I was like, it helps though if you do it right. There you go. And there's two objects that have been inserted. In fact, I just did them. If you don't believe me, here we go. Let's give it to Ethan J. Hill. Postman is a great way. J Hill, ready? We go. Well, hold on. We got to switch this to a post, right? We're using our HTTP verbs. Hitting at 4,300 users. This is the REST API. This is where this is running. This is Express. This is Express's API endpoint right here, right? Let's walk through it really quick, right? So we have Express's, if it'll switch quick enough, right? We got our API endpoint, which will go and do the post. So it takes the request body, which is that whole JSON object, right, that we're passing, and this will post it to that this API endpoint, and then save that into MongoDB based on the fact that we have our user model, which will do the modeling of our data, which is very nice. So yeah, so that is then I had here, this is actually on the, this is just looking and pulling the data back. So hold on, let's go through the whole thing really quick. So right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and insert you into the database. Boom. I should get back a response with your name and a new ID. I did. Right, we could go here now and do a get on the same endpoint, right? Pull that back. Here we go. Now I got all three. There's Ethan J. Word up. And then here on this side, right? If you want to now bring that to the front end, right? Where am I at here? This is our little cheesy React. So I'll just refresh this real quick. You'll see I'm dumping out a bunch of the data here, which is kind of like, but look at that. Who's the latest entry? Ethan J. Hill. What, right? This is what it looks like when it comes out. This is the array of objects, right? And so what I'm doing is I am saying, go to the API server, right? At the API endpoint of users. And when I get a response, if there's a response, right? With, and of course this is, it's nested down into the data object, right? And so this right here, line 14 is right here, line 14. So this is what this is. If you look at it, you can tell. You see it wrapped in the bracket right there, right? So this is my array of objects, which is then allows me to say, take that array, which is this response data, right? And map over it, which is a iterator function for JavaScript, right? Just plain old vanilla JavaScript. I'm just using item as the item, or the what I will be able to pull the data out of, right? So I'm then using the use state. So this is all in React hooks, right? So here I declare a user state object, I get, or right? Basically, yeah, because it is an object, but a user state with the user and set user, and then I'm just assigning it default value of an empty object. And so when I loop over, when I map over those items, I'm calling the set user, which basically gives this its value. And then, so I'm saying call that function, right here, which will, again, this will set this value here. And so I'm basically just saying create an object with a name property and item.name from our, you know, what was inside of our data that we got from the database, assign that to the name property for our newly created user state object, right? And just go down the list, boom. So now it'll create all those. So then if you go and dump out user, right here, you'll see it dumps out all of the users like that. I also want to see, is this going to work now? I noticed earlier, if you do this, if you don't use that, it like really goes nutso. Let me see, is this going to work now? And I always have to refresh this for some reason, like this, for this to work. No, see how it infinitely, like it just keeps looping out? I have to look up that again, but all I did remember is when I was doing the React course, that like if you don't do that on when you are trying to do asynchronous calls inside, because they tell you to do this inside a use effect when you're trying to make any type of asynchronous, or I need to look that up again so that I make sure I do that the right way. But as of now, why did that? It's not stopping. I don't think it picked up the change. Just got to kill this thing, otherwise it's gonna blow up. Start that again. It's that not the call back breaking? How come it's item and not user? Because this is, you name this whatever you want. This is like doing this. For let I equal 0, right? And then here you could do like, you know, I less than like response dot data, right? Dot length or something like that. And if I could type, I'd really be dangerous. So you know how here, and if in order to like get this, you'd have to do like response data I, right? Because the I is what the iterator, right? So that's all this is. So that's how you just get to the data in there. So that could have been I. It doesn't have to be. Let's just, hopefully that makes sense. And I probably needed, it'd be beneficial if I just went and looked up map to tell you exactly, but this is like the iterator item. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to think of. But you see, so it's just like a for loop kind of, but it's just map is an iterator function. And you can do map over, right, both let's see, JavaScript, because I'm pretty sure, right, you can do, yeah, it's only on, I thought I couldn't remember if you can use it on objects and arrays, but I'm pretty sure it's only arrays. Map methods create a new array populated with the result of calling a provided function on every element in the calling array. So what is their examples here? Like examples here like this. So you can see here, Ethan, right, that this is what they do. They're just, like in this case, they're just using num as their variable, their iterator variable that holds the values for each iterated item, right? So they just happen to use num. I just happen to use item. I'm using an arrow function. They're using a standard anonymous function, right? So that's all it is. That's all it is, yo. Here they're showing it like an ES6 arrow function. Boom, boom. In fact, right? Look, I could be even fancier. Ethan, did you see the new the sticker? How it came out? This is what we wound up coming up with. Because they sent the proof back this morning, and it was literally just this yellow block with this in the corner. It just looks so bad. I was like, oh, I gotta redo it. So we redid it. So it looks like this. So I have to send you out some. Right, didn't I? Actually, did I keep that up? I started creating a sheet of the people that I've sent stickers to, or how did I set it up to where it's like sent stickers, received stickers, you know? So like I've sent them out, but have they received them? No, yes. So I can kind of keep track of who I've sent stickers to and, and who has gotten them and who has not. So, but yeah, once I get all the new ones in, I'll have to send everybody out send everybody out some more, because those ones were cool. I think those came out pretty good, you know, for not being like a graphic designer or anything. I thought it kind of fun. I think they came out cool. It's all 8. You know, you can kind of like see it a little bit better like this. But like, yeah, just kind of like did the border with like kind of like a blocky type look and feel to it, kind of to mesh in with the 8-bit heart and text. So I just thought that kind of looked kind of cool. It gave it more dimension, right? So I think it looks better, and it'll be a pretty decent sized sticker, 2x2. You know, I mean that's going to be a pretty good, you know. So it should look pretty sick. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So I got 50 of them coming. So you're on the list, Chief. I'll get you one too. And I kept going back and forth whether or not I wanted to like add. I kept like playing around with the idea of adding Code Hustle somewhere on here, and it just didn't feel right. We'll just have to do another Code Hustle one, like a different kind of. But yeah, so appreciate it. Yeah, Ethan, absolutely. Right, I think I sent you out stuff already, didn't I? I don't think you have it yet, but I'm pretty sure I think I said I sent you stuff, right? If I said I did, it's out. I go back and look at my sheet. I gotta look at my sheet. A cheat sheet. See, that's what happens. You start to lose track. So far, so good though. I think only 2 so far out of like the 6 or 7 packs that I've sent out so far. Only I think 2 have not gotten them yet, and that's not because they not gonna get them, but they're just a little further away. So I'm expecting another week or 2 probably for them before they even get. Yeah, the Code Hustler sticker still waiting on. Yeah, okay. But I did. I did send it out to you. So cool in the gang. Yeah. So then what was I saying? You do this set user, and so I create this object, giving it property name, email, role, boom, 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 and then now this is now users this object, right? That I could actually then do stuff here. Right, this we could do something like this. Oh, I see. Oh, like, what is it doing? I see. Now, actually, can you loop out in here? I think you can, right? So I could actually do all right, hold on a second. I know you can do stuff in here. Like I can do, well, let me leave. No, let me delete that. You can do stuff like, right? How would you do it? Is it like right here? Can't you do like this? and then do oh, but wait a second. In order for that to be, this would need to be oh, what if I did this? What if I create that as an array, right? And then when you do this though, I wonder if that will automatically set those in the array, or is that gonna interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna look at this really quick actually. So I'm just gonna cut. Oh, hey, whoa, oh, hold on, what happened there? Not what I wanted to do. Cut that out real quick. If I do this, then what does that actually look like? What does this user look like now? Is it going to be an array of objects? Let's see if we... actually, you can, right, I can do it right here. Alright, let's see what that does. For each user's in user display each, right? Right, yeah, I want to do, but I know there's a way to, I've seen, let's see, where am I at over here? Here we go. Let's refresh this to make sure we're doing this right. All right, and I'm outputting that online. Wait a second, what's going on here? This is line 26, okay. That actually does not, so this is line 26, starts right here, right? Oh, go back. So it's pushing out every, what's 14 is what? Line 14 I'm doing. This is an array. Ooh, wait a second. If that is... This is 14? Wait a second, hold on a second. If that is coming out, and that is this array of objects already, right? Then why could I not just say why? I'm a little confused here. Let's try this. So let me go ahead and comment that out. What if you did that looks like it already is an array of objects, right? So if I do this, this would just be pushing this into here as an array of objects, right? Yeah. So this is what comes out on, whoa, wait a second. So this is empty. Why is that empty there? And then here on 14, it's populated. And now here on 27, why does it do it twice? That's the other thing I gotta figure out. So that actually, so I'm console logging this. here. All right, I'm gonna save this one again. How do I keep spinning this? So funny. All right. And thanks for the Ethan. Those were cool. In fact, I wanted to look at those on screen here because I saw them on my phone, and I didn't get a chance to look at the 2 PDFs you posted, but I want to. Okay, so this now is. So it is. So now that is populated. So that now. Okay, so we're just. This is like the trial and error, right? So now, what if I take this away? Will that still work? Will it allow me to just keep it blank and then create that as a... All right. Okay, it looks like it's still doing what I wanted to. Right? Right. Oh, good. Nobody wants metal on your feet. All right. So we are getting somewhere. We are getting dangerously close. So I didn't even need to do this. This automatically has that data in the format we want. This is doing exactly what we wanted it to. I can actually get rid of this too. And this is outputting. So now, as far as the mapping thing, I know that I've seen before where you can go like this, and then I'll see them go user dot map item right in here, and then in here they'll say well, will this still pick up on this? Nope. Emmett's not helping me out today, so I can do that, and then I should be able to say item dot name. And now, though, I'm not sure if I have to item.name, item.email, and item.role. Okay, what are you complaining about? What don't you like? Oh, it doesn't like seeing that as a second? What's the problem? Do I need to do each one of these? Do these need to be like this? Is that the dealio? They're pretty cool. That does not look like that fixed that. What's the problem? Must have one parent element. Oh, it does. What do you mean? Does it want to see it in? Oh, and then here too, you have to do, right? If anything, you're gonna. I mean, it should have that on there, right? Doesn't it have an ID? Oh, an underscore ID. Yeah, let's see what happens. Because usually you have to do that, right? These all have to have unique. Let's see. I feel like, so it's saying this needs to have one parent? I shouldn't have to. Because I don't want to loop out. I didn't want to loop out the thing. Why does it make me do that? I can look up an example of this. But let's see what this does. It's gonna blow up. Fail to comply. Expected an assignment or function call instead of an expression. Where? What do you mean? Call instead of an expression. Hold on, let's see. They're bound to be. Can I just get one of these to come out? What do you think? How do we do this? Let's see. Oh, wait a second. Let me see this. Let's type out, let's do like this, right? Maybe React, I'm just gonna say React Map and see what happens. That actually is probably gonna React list and keys. Let's see here if we can get an example of how they do, where they loop out, like, okay. So there would be here, like this, right? So I have that dot map, right? I'm doing number, and then they just do but wait a second, that doesn't seem. See, they don't do it around. They don't even list the UL. Oh, this one's doing it. This rendering multiple components. We include list items array inside UL element. Oh, I see what they're doing. But what about if I just want a basic list component, right? Now this is what I call full stack, right? Yeah, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. I'm just trying to see. I see what they're doing there. Okay. I mean, I thought I could just do. And how do they do? Yeah, they are doing. Oh, I'm also, yeah, I'm also doing it in the render. That's what's screwed up too, isn't it? I should probably be doing it. Right. Hold on a second. Like, they're not doing it in here. They're doing it in a function, like, outside of. So, is that. Like, see, they do. They're doing it. Oh man, okay, hold on a second. What if I did like this, right? I'm just gonna snag this for a second so it's just easier for me to see this. So let me just get rid of this. That's a log here. So for this function, we'll say it's the user list, right? So the list items, yeah, we don't need that. Is our list items, or in this case, we'll say user items, I guess, right? This is going to be users. This is where I get confused with React. The docs have functions that come out of nowhere. This is basically, so here, users.map, we're gonna just say users user, right? And then this is actually gonna be user underscore the string, and then this would be user, but see, all right, let's just see what happens. Let me get rid of this thing here. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're returning that, so then this becomes, you can use this, right? And then they're propping down onto, so let's see, how do they do it? How do they doing it? And then they're saying numbers, that's coming from that. So so then we would do users right? Oh no, user. Although this should be like this, users, set users, set users, users. Makes more sense because that's really what they are, right? Props. They want, this is taking props, it says, so this actually needs to be, or actually, do I even have to do that? Or can I just, yeah, right, shouldn't this output, this doesn't need a prop, I don't think. Right, wouldn't that just output the list of items? This is where I get confused. The docs have functions that come out of nowhere. What do you mean by that, Ethan? The docs have functions that come out of nowhere. Curious. All right, I like the green compiled successfully is always nice. All right, what do we got here? You're gonna show us some love? We getting some love or what? Oh, no, love. Let's refresh that. Cannot read property map of undefined. Really? What does it not like? Cannot read property map. What do you mean of undefined? What part's undefined? Oh, hold on. This is probably because I changed. Right. Users. User items. Users. User. That should be right. I'm just bad with React. Ignore me. Yeah. Yeah, me too, obviously. It's okay. We're struggling. Getting through it. We'll figure it out. This is saying, it's funny, it compiles fine here, but then it's blowing up over here. How's that? So we know all that's fine. This users list thing though. It doesn't like this. Does it have to be a string? I don't think it doesn't matter. It says of undefined. Oh. Because. Well, no, hold on. Actually, no, now I'm thinking that's not right either. Yeah, what comes back when you look at this in Axios? Does it come back? It does come back underscore ID. Oh, that's already a string too. That's good. I don't have to worry. So then, let me do this then, because this is not. And it is user dot underscore ID. Should be underscore ID. Yeah. So why does that not work? I don't understand how this is building out okay, but then it's blowing up over here. Cannot read property map of undefined. What's undefined? What the fuck is undefined? Excuse me, what's undefined? Line 21? That's the map. Why is it saying that this is not? Users.map. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think I see what's going on here. How would you do this? Would it be easiest just to my dog is dreaming and running. Isn't that the funniest when they do that? And they just start. They're so funny. What if I'm in here? Now, will I have access to? Because it's basically saying, right, that users is undefined, like that it doesn't. It's defined but never used. It's used. Guess you can't really do that, huh? Yep, this is also where my naiveness of React. Yeah, that's not right. So this is probably in the wrong area. This needs to be out of here somewhere. Right, but like I don't know how you save that one real quick. It's still blowing up back there. Same thing, right? Cannot read property map of undefined. Yeah, it's like this users thing is not populated yet, right? So would it be something to where actually where is it calling that? I'm so confused. This happens when the component did mount. So, oh, maybe I need to do this all. No, that doesn't make sense either. She's Louise. I need to look this up. I'm gonna have to look this up. I don't understand this. I would have just asked for help in a coding server. Is user allowed to be plural in the book? Yeah, I mean, this is my users here. This should be an array of objects, so that should be fine. This, I know this works because we did it, right? In here we were doing it. Although I'm curious, actually, let me just comment this out real quick. Of course, this will complain too. What does this look like? Right? Gotta get back to basics real quick here. Because I gotta see what's going on. I hate that this error is like that. But then it's fine. Like, refresh it. I don't get that. I don't know what that's about. So here's my... So this is exactly what I expected. Array of objects. But then on this side, it complains and says but I can't really well, I guess you could that's really not the way that I'd want to use that, though. That's the whole point of using that as the state, right? Or would I just want to, would I actually want to oh man, I'm like, what if you did what if in here you passed, I don't think that's really the way you should do that, though, but Um, is this actually is out of curiosity? I wonder. Huh. Huh. Oh, but yeah, this is because I'm like, why am I not seeing that? Because I never uncommented this, right? I don't know if this will work or not. Yeah, okay. So now, will this output? Nope. Whatever, it just worked just 2 seconds ago. Don't lie to me about it being not a function. Bullshit. You're full of shit. Users.map is not a function. I just did this and it. You're such a liar. Right? If I. When I commented this out. Oh wait, maybe that was not actually. Yeah, no, that's my screw up actually. Shit. Users map is not a function. Yes, it is. Map is a function. You liar. Alright, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. I figured that when I had. And you can't do it in here because then you can't. Then you're not creating like a. You're not creating a. So maybe you do. What would happen if. What if you do this? User list. And then if response set user data that. Why is that showing that blanked out? Is declared values never read? Well, it kind of it's red right there. What do you mean? What's this? Did I miss one of the closing? Oh, hold on. Oh goodness. I'm so screwing all this up. I really need to go look up how to do this again because I'm really going to mess this all up. And just leave it like that for now. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I need to go look up how they do listen keys. Let's see. What about stuff like exactly what I was trying to do right there. This is what we have. Array of objects. Go over it. Bump it out. What's the problem? I guess you create that outside. I don't know. That one we're gonna have to figure out. Surprised they don't talk about what we got here. Can I run effects? How do I do data fetching? You can write to it from inside use effect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around and look into this a little deeper. I do not know what the deal is. Yeah, we'll have to dig a little bit into this. There's a fetch. Here we go. See, that's why I was like, I knew it had to be done. They always talk about the calls. I wonder if they talk about anything like Axios. Sometimes they talk about stuff like that. Outside libraries. But this is basically what we're looking for. Right? See, this is what I had to do to get valid because our effect uses product ID. Invalid because fetch product uses product ID. Yeah. I gotta figure out how to, yeah, I remember this whole thing here. Product ID. By moving this function inside the effect, we can clearly see the value it uses. Yeah, man, me too. I'm actually cutting out. I'm gonna cut out as well. Just a lazy Sunday evening. Just chilling. Yeah. Oh, we had a follow from 7113. Appreciate that. Always appreciate a little follow action. Yeah, me too, man. I'm gonna cut out right now myself. So have a good night. See you. Probably be on tomorrow. Probably most likely in the evening. I'll be on tomorrow again. We'll see. But yeah, have a good evening. Get some sleep. We'll chit chat another time. Talk to you soon. Peace out.